Hello guys, welcome back to the Beastie Room. Now we're going to have a pairing video today, and this is a spider I don't think we've actually shown on the channel before, and that is the Heterothele villosella. Now that's the Tanzanian chestnut baboon. It's a little dwarf spider, and they're very cool. We've done the Mahondas before, we've done the Gabonensis, and now it's the Villosella's turn. Now these are generally a really nice, easy little spider. They're a good beginner spider as well. Although they're very quick, they're quite gentle and they're quite relaxed in most of what they do. And if you give them a little bit of space, they make some really nice webbing as well. Now, I say generally speaking, they're really good. Unfortunately, in this particular video, our little male didn't make it. So she chomped him right at the end, and it's all so quick we didn't really get an opportunity. And to be totally honest, I wasn't expecting her to react the way she did. So they'd been together and they'd been pairing away and everything was working really fine. It's really cool to watch, actually. It was a lovely little pairing, and then literally right at the last second, that was it, she done him, and it was all over and done with very quickly. So what we will do, we will now go over, we'll have a look at the video, and for those of you that don't want to see the male get chomped, we will put a little foot liner up in the bottom of the picture, just warning you that within the next sort of 10 seconds it's all going to be over for our little male. So if you don't want to watch that, then that'll be the time to skip the rest of the video and go to the outro, where we will have a little chat about what's going on. Right, so don't forget, this is all very natural, it's very normal, so you know it happens. We've got a really good record here, actually. We were at about 97% for our males surviving, so we were a little bit shocked with this one. Wasn't expecting it at all, but don't let it detract from the video. It's a really cool little video. Right, I'll see you back here shortly. Well, here we go. This is the male now being introduced to our female, who is sat behind the little piece of cork bark. And you'll see there that he literally just jumped straight in. Now, one of the things that we notice with many of the dwarf tarantulas is they're quite erratic in their behaviour. As you can see there, he's now starting to stamp his feet. This is where them all-important pheromones will be around in the webbing and in the substrate. Now the Heterothele villosella, or the Tanzanian chestnut baboon, is a really quite a common little spider and a real cool spider for beginners. Very pretty, quite delicate little things, but hardy in the way that they actually survive. They can take quite a bit of punishment. Now you can see now this little fella's starting to get excited. He's moving over. See how hairy those front legs are. Colouring on these is really nice. Now we're getting on the full-on body shake now. Now as we focused in on him here to have a nice sort of look, you can just about see the the tibial hooks there on the front legs. There's our female. She's come out and responded to him. This appears to have frightened him and he's done a runner. He's literally skirted around the outside. But this is what we want to see from our females. She's come up nice and calm, very responsive. Now it's important to watch the tempo now. And we can see now that although she's tapping, she's responding to our male, who's now come back onto the scene. Here he comes. You notice the closer he gets, the more violent her tapping. It's literally just a blur. We can't see any difference. Now as soon as they had that first contact there, he's done a runner. He's gone back over into the corner. And he's still tapping now. He's getting quite furious with the tapping. So he's obviously getting excited. Here she comes, look. You can see now the colouring of these guys, where they get that, the chestnut baboon. Really, really pretty. Got quite sort of gold colours in the carapace. Now you watch now, they're not quite touching yet, but as soon as they make contact, there you go. You see how things change. Look at that leg motion on the male. That is literally just a blur. Same in the female. It's so fast. Now you see there now, when they make contact, the male, he's literally, his two front legs there are just vibrating. And he's literally pushing forward with them as they vibrate. Now you can see now they've stopped. So as he's in permanent contact, the vibration has stopped and the second pair of legs are doing all the work. This is really quite clever. Very interesting how the communication changes from one set of legs to the other. Our female's going a little quiet now. She's just giving the odd little vibration there. But you can see now how they relax when full contact is actually in place. There we go. Now she initiated that. Her moving has sparked him back into life. You can see now where them tibial hooks are coming into, where he's trying to hold her legs up. You see he's got the front legs up in the air now. He's not quite reaching under far enough at the moment. Having another little rest, assess the situation. There you go. Now that was him that time. He initiated this movement. You can see there where he's trying to reach under with the pedipalps. Not quite got the angle yet. Now it's this point here that we really would like to know what is going on, what is being said. You can see he's reaching under now with the pedipalps. He's still not comfortable that she's in the right position. You can see how he's folded them back in. He's just waiting for the right moment. There you go, now he's starting to lean through. It's almost like our females get quite lazy and they start laying down a little bit of weight now. Yeah, he's not 100% happy. Look, he's backing off. See, even though when he's backing off, he's stretching out those front legs, maintaining contact. He will keep her at arm's length as he moves away. There you go. Now she's responding. She's calling him back now. He's just in the side of the picture there. Yep, she's still keen. And you can see the web moving then. This was our male as he was about to wander around. Where's he gone? Oh, here he is, look. Now you can see now that he's literally sat on the side of the enclosure. Now with a very fast spider like these, it's very tempting to actually try and stop him from leaving the enclosure. But as you can see, he's still tapping. There's the slightest movement from him every now and again, which shows he's still interested in the job in hand. She's still responding in a good way. So the best thing we can do now is leave him well alone. If we touch him, he will either disappear outside of the enclosure or he will fly back inwards, to which we wouldn't want, because if he goes in too quick, he could literally run straight into our female and that could be the end of him. So it's always important that when your males leave the enclosure like this, give them a few minutes, let them settle down and see what's going on. He's now turned round and he's responding again now. It's almost like we are just starting this reunion once again. Here he comes. So polite how they take it in turns to actually communicate. Here he comes. He's a little bit more forceful now. She's getting all excited again. Notice how he always seems to come across the top of the ground. He likes that little bit of height. Yeah, he's taking the wide side. You can see those great big boxing gloves on him now, the pedipalps. At certain angles you can see just how large they are for a very small spider. They are really quite large. Everything's still looking nice and calm, so there you go. You see noticing the difference there. As soon as we hit first contact again, that massive vibration from the front legs. Now the second pair of legs are doing all the work again. Really, really incredible. Pedipalps are going for it now. He's searching for that epigastric furrow. He's right under there now. Now every now and again you'll see them pedipalps there. You see them right at the back there. And it did at this point, it did look as if we had managed to get insemination. You can see there's just that little tiny bit of movement there. But whether it is or not, we can't be 100%. Now you can see there he's pushing down again. Just see under the web. If you can see, look through the webbing, every now and again you'll see where his pedipalp is. Now he's right the way under there now compared to what he was before. We're in with a chance. You notice she's holding herself up really high. And now you can see his pedipalps are right underneath. They're in the right place. So all we can hope for is that we are getting a gentle insemination. And he keeps trying to reposition. He's reaching under there. See, this looks good now. This looks really, really good. Now it's within the next few seconds now that our female changes the game and she grabs our male. So if you don't want to see that, fast forward to the outro and we can have a little chat about it there. If you don't mind watching, there you go. It was as quick as that. Notice how she literally covers him. And she's got him. That's all over and done with. Now you'll see here now, we carried on filming because this is an interesting point, that when we see how quickly our females subdue the males, there is very little fight left in him very, very quickly. And you can see there now, it's all over and done with. If this had been a roach, it would have still been kicking strongly. Our male succumbed very, very quickly. Let's hope he was successful. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little video. I say it wasn't a particularly long one. It was quite quick, but what a lovely, delicate little spider. They really are sweet little spiders. And there's something I think we should do more of in the future. And definitely I think when we get a bit more room in that, I'm looking forward to actually doing a little bit of a bigger setup for them, because I think they'll show up really, really well. Now, hopefully our little guy managed to get a decent insertion. It was very, very quick. And there was points there where I think he actually managed an insertion, but they were very relaxed and I couldn't quite tell whether he'd actually managed to insert or not. When we was trying to look at different angles, he was literally held there and it looked like he was just sort of doing this business, which normally means that they are inserting and they're just working away. Now, we did see that from time to time, but then she had him right at the end. Now, when we done the Gabonensis and the Mahondas, you'll see with those, they literally bent the female right over backwards and they pulled her right in. And this is what I was expecting to see with these guys. So I'm not 100% sure what's gone on, whether it was successful or not. We will just have to sit and watch and see what happens. Hopefully they are relatively quick, so we should be looking at within, I don't know, 28 days or so to 35 days. Not uncommon to get an egg sac that quick. So fingers crossed, we'll keep an eye on her and we'll see what happens. Bit of luck, she'll drop a sac. And they do multi-sac as well, so it's quite possible that if she does have a sac, we could end up following that one up in a very short space of time with another one. Now, what was we saying? With the actual pairing, we're just going to have to wait and see. And once she actually grabbed that male, there is absolutely no point in intervening. It's just with the very, very small spiders, it's very difficult to actually get in between them or try and save that male. Generally, they tend to tear off real quick and they're out of there. Don't normally have a problem. But she was super fast. She got hold of him. And I say, once that's happened, there is no point in intervening. You may as well let her finish the job, have her meal. You know, that's a good stead now. She's literally going to be full of nutrients. And this will all be good stuff for her actually producing an egg sac, making those eggs, everything else. So if you find yourself in this position, just let her enjoy her meal. There's no point depriving her of it. It's all over with. It's finished. Let her have it. Now, what we can do now is we will just put her back on the shelf and we'll leave her nice and quiet now. And we found this with the Gabonensis. They don't like too much in the way of disturbance. And once you just leave them well alone, let them hatch out with mum, and then we'll pick the babies up. Fingers crossed we get some. We'll pick them up out of the enclosure that she's in and see what happens. Right. Well, I'm sorry it wasn't a little bit more good news for our male, but part and parcel of breeding spiders. So it does happen. But apart from that, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you've got any questions, put them down in the comments. We'll always try and answer as many questions as possible. And don't forget, please, please hit that like button. Get them likes up. We get lots and lots of views. We need to get everyone who watches it, put a thumbs up. It really, really helps us out. Gets us on the algorithm. And we all know what that does. It does amazing things for the channel. Right, don't forget, be calm, be gentle, and love your spider. And I'll see you soon, guys.